Tokyo is famous for its neon lights, giant arcades, and futuristic entertainment. But deep inside the city, far away from the tourist crowds, another world still exists. A world where CRT screens glow in the dark. Where the sound of coins and 8-bit music fills the air. Where gamers gather to play classics from the past not because they're trendy, but because they're legendary. Today, we dive inside Tokyo's hidden retro gaming arcades. Not the mainstream ones, but the secret spots that locals protect, cherish, and keep alive. Most visitors know Akihabara or Shibuya's big arcades. But Tokyo also hides small, underground retro paradises scattered across the city. You'll find them in narrow alleys, basements, and old shopping arcades. Sometimes they're just a tiny second floor above a cafe or a hardware store. These spots don't advertise. Some don't even have signs. Yet they host rare machines you won't find anywhere else. Imagine a one-room arcade in Nakano filled with 1980s shooters. Or a Showa game center in Ueno, still using original machines from decades ago. There are even retro hideouts in Koenji with only 12 seats and a tight community of regulars. It really feels like stepping back in time. Walking inside one of these arcades feels like entering a time capsule. The lights are dim. Dusty posters from the 90s hang on the walls, and the wooden floors creak under your feet. You can hear the soft hum of CRT screens all around you. The machines aren't shiny or perfect, but that's the charm. Every scratch, every button, every joystick tells a story. The atmosphere is warm. It's not loud or overwhelming, just nostalgic. You instantly feel you're somewhere special. Here, you'll find the games that shaped Japan's gaming culture. Street Fighter II machines are still in heavy use, surrounded by players. You'll see classic shmups like Gradius, R-Type, and DoDonPachi. There are rhythm games from the early 2000s, and vintage UFO catchers with old-school plushies. You can even find racing games that use the original steering wheels and pedals. Some of these machines are so rare that only a handful remain in working condition worldwide. Gamers come here not to win prizes, but to chase high scores, beat old records, and relive memories from their childhood. The magic of these arcades doesn't come only from the machines, but from the people inside. Most regulars know each other. They greet each other with a nod, a smile, or a simple "oh hey." Some have played the same game every single day for 20 years. Others come during their lunch break to relax. And you'll also find young players discovering these retro games for the very first time. They share strategies, exchange tips, and sometimes predict each other's moves before a match even begins. In a way, these arcades act as small community centers, where gaming bonds people across generations. Keeping these old machines alive is a huge challenge. Most CRT screens are no longer manufactured, and original parts are incredibly rare. The games have to be repaired by hand. Some arcade owners are like artisans, repairing joysticks, cleaning motherboards, adjusting circuits, and replacing wiring. Many learned the craft themselves because hiring technicians is either too expensive or simply impossible. Their dedication is what keeps these arcades alive and running for us to enjoy. Sadly, Tokyo's retro arcades are becoming rare. Rising rents, aging machines, and the massive shift toward smartphones and online gaming have taken their toll. The closure of many iconic arcades over the years has been a real blow to the community. Some districts that once had dozens of arcades now have only one left. Or none at all. But the remaining ones survive, thanks to loyal communities, passionate owners, and curious visitors who seek them out. Visiting a hidden retro arcade in Tokyo is more than just tourism, it's experiencing a living piece of Japanese pop culture. You feel connected to the Showa and Heisei eras. You feel the passion behind every single machine, and you become part of a community dedicated to preserving the very roots of gaming. Whether you're a gamer or not, these places offer something truly unique, pure, unfiltered nostalgia. So if you ever come to Tokyo, don't just visit the big, flashy arcades. Look deeper. Explore the back streets, open the door to that tiny room glowing in the dark, and discover Tokyo's hidden retro gaming world. Tell us in the comments, which classic game would you play first? See you in the next video. Tokyo is known worldwide for its modern neon arcades. But hidden in back alleys, basements, and old shopping streets lies a world that surprises countless foreign tourists. Tokyo's retro gaming arcades, untouched, nostalgic, and full of living history. Today, we explore this forgotten universe through the eyes of foreigners who discovered it for the very first time. Most tourists expect big, shiny game centers like you see in Akihabara or Shinjuku, but many stumble upon a retro arcade completely by accident. Alex from the USA told us. I walked into this tiny stairway in Koenji thinking it was a second-hand bookstore. And suddenly, I found myself surrounded by old CRT screens and cabinets from the 80s. It felt like entering another world. For many, the surprise is overwhelming. The retro ambience hits instantly. Dim lights, pixelated graphics, and the warm glow of vintage screens. It's an immersive experience that pulls you out of the 21st century and drops you right into a different decade. Entering a retro arcade is like opening a time capsule from the Showa and Heisei eras. You see old posters on the walls. Yellowed price tags, machines that have clearly been repaired countless times. And then there's the soundscape, straight from the past. The clink of coin drops, the satisfying click of joysticks, and a symphony of classic 8-bit melodies, all playing at once. Maria from Spain shared this with us. I actually teared up a little. I used to play similar games with my father when I was a kid. Seeing these machines still alive in Tokyo, it felt magical. These arcades don't just offer games, they offer memories. They are living, breathing archives of personal and collective history, sparking a nostalgia that many visitors didn't even know they had. Foreigners are often shocked by the games they find. Not the latest simulators or VR headsets, but the originals. We're talking Street Fighter II cabinets in perfect condition. Classic shoot-em-ups like R-Type and DoDonPachi, early rhythm games with worn-down panels, and those vintage UFO catchers from the 90s. Even the racing seats creak, but they still work flawlessly. Thomas from France had this to say, I've always played Street Fighter on a console, but on an original Japanese cabinet. The sound, the buttons, the people behind you watching. It was a whole different intensity. Retro arcades give foreign visitors an experience they simply can't find anywhere else. An authentic taste of gaming's golden age. One of the most surprising aspects for tourists is the quiet, intense concentration of the regular players. There's no chaos, no shouting, no rowdy crowds, just pure passion. Lena from Germany described it beautifully. I thought arcades would be noisy, but here, the players look like monks. They sit down, put their coins in, and enter a universe that belongs to them alone. Most of the players seem to know each other. Some have been coming for over 20 years. They greet tourists with a nod, and sometimes even invite them to play. Daniel from the UK told us, a guy next to me gave me tips for a shooter game I had never played. He didn't speak English, but somehow we understood each other perfectly. This silent but strong sense of community fascinates many visitors, showing them a side of gaming culture they've never seen before. Another shock for tourists is seeing how much dedication the owners put into maintaining these aging machines. Many of the cabinets are older than the players themselves. Spare parts are incredibly rare, so repairs are often done by hand, sometimes on a daily basis. Claire from Australia shared this story. The owner of the arcade showed me a box full of old circuit boards he keeps just in case. He told me saving these machines is like taking care of pets. Every machine tells a story of survival, of battles won and lost. And every owner acts as a guardian, a dedicated curator of Japanese gaming history. Their work isn't just a business. It's a mission to keep this culture alive for the next generation. Foreign tourists often describe the atmosphere of retro arcades as authentic, warm, and unpolished in the best possible way. It's the smell of old electronics and warm CRT tubes, the constant sound of pixel bullets and explosions, the tactile feel of a joystick that's been used by thousands of hands over decades. Nura from Morocco put it perfectly. It didn't feel like a place to spend money. It felt like a place to live a moment. These arcades offer something more than just entertainment. They offer a truly human experience, a connection to a simpler time, and a shared passion that transcends language and culture. It's raw, it's real, and it's unforgettable. Foreign tourists quickly realize something deep. These retro arcades are much more than just nostalgia. They are living cultural spaces. They preserve the roots of Japanese gaming and the social spirit of old Tokyo. They actively resist modern, polished trends, and that is exactly what makes them so precious. As Eric from Canada said, I realized these arcades are like museums, except everything is still alive, and you get to touch the exhibits. Visitors leave with a profound sense of having discovered something rare, something hidden, something genuinely worth protecting. Tokyo's retro arcades may be small, humble, and hidden away, but for many foreign tourists, they become one of the most unforgettable and meaningful parts of their trip. They are a reminder that sometimes, The most powerful experiences are found not in the new and shiny, but in the old and cherished. If you've ever visited a retro arcade in Japan, what was your experience like? Tell us in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.